Hi, welcome back to elocucion inglesa. We are going to continue with the second part of the topic, delivering your speech. For today's class, we are going to have the following three objectives. The first one is to plan the speech in preparation for delivery or performance of a speech. The second one is to recognize and utilize key elements or ingredients of a well-performed speech. And the number three is to adapt to the physical aspects of a speaking venue or place. Let's take a look at the introduction first. This video will describe the nonverbal aspects of delivery, such as appearance, eye contact, body and facial language, as well as some basic strategies for setting up the room, the podium, for speaking will also be covered in this unit. Let's start with the first subtopic, which is called nonverbal aspects of delivery. Victor explains some nonverbal aspects. Let's take a look at the first one, which is movement and gestures. Overall movement and specific gestures are integral to a speech. Body stance, gestures, and facial expressions can be generally categorized as body language. Movement should be relaxed and natural, and not excessive. Moving around the performance space can be a very powerful component of a speech. However, it should be rehearsed as part of the presentation. Too much movement can be distracting. Let's see the second subtopic, personal appearance, dressing appropriately. Let's take a look at these two columns, what to wear and what not to wear. Let's see just a couple of examples. For what to wear, a button-down shirt or a blouse, and what not to wear, t-shirts, sweatshirts, or sweatsuits. What to wear, we have trousers, could be khaki or dark, or a skirt, and what not to wear, probably sleeveless tops, or printed logos or sayings, etc. So you will have this material in your core on the platform. So let's continue with the following subtopic, which is facial expressions. Readers are familiar, very familiar, I could say, with the above emoticons. You can see these ones. Since facial expressions is a valid form of communication, it is integral to delivering a speech. Like inflections, gestures, movement, and facial expression should be spontaneous, not artificial. Since facial expression is a valid form of communication, it is integral to delivering a speech, as we said before. The face supports the text, and the speaker's commitment to the material is validated. The press scrutinizes a politician for every twitch of insincerity. Detectives have created a science of facial communication for interviewing suspects. The following is eye contact. Good eye contact takes practice. The best practice is to be able to scan the audience, making each member believe the speaker is speaking to him or her. Ideally, a speaker should include from 80% to 90% of the delivery time with eye contact. How do you develop good eye contact? Well, first, practice the speech with a generous amount of eye contact. Second, know the speech well enough. The only periodically and quickly glance at your notes. And number 3, prepare your notes so that it can be easily read and followed without hesitation. Don't forget, eye contact is very important. The following main subtopic is mastering the location, the venue, the auditorium, the place. Let's start with the subtopic, the room. Do not wait until the last moment you step up to speak to see what it will be like. Check out the room, the venue, and the podium before you need to speak. Remember, check out the rooms, the size of the venue, the place, where the audience will be seated before you speak, and try to answer the following questions to get some input. Will they be able to see your face or not? Can you easily project your voice to the back row so everybody can listen? The second is the podium. Check the podium. Approach it with confidence you should exhibit when speaking. Touch it. Lean on it. Is it the right height? It should be about the height of your elbow. Is it sturdy? Are your feet visible or not? Is there enough light to see your notes placed on the top? Will you be well lit? Is the podium easily visible to the entire audience? How far left and right do you need to look to see the whole audience? These questions can help you identify and figure out if the podium is right for you. The following is using a microphone. Don't forget, test it before the performance. One never knows. Be sure the amplification is suitable for your projection. Amplification cannot make up for poor articulation or weak inflection, but it can compensate for a room that is large or acoustically insufficient for the speech. The next one is water rules. Water is the only liquid that should be provided for a speaker. It should be cool, but not ice cold, to prevent temperature shock to the throat and the vocal cords. Remember, drinking water is necessary for hydration of the vocal cords. The act of taking a sip is sometimes used to achieve a pause for specific effect. The following main subtopic is preparation, practice, and delivery. Let's start with preparing notes. Your note cards or cue sheets must have enough information on them to be able to deliver the speech without missing details and organized in the precise order that you have planned. So you need those notes to have concise with the exact information that you need. Besides, you have to rehearse the speech. Rehearse your speech aloud. Rehearse in front of a mirror if needed. If you are using presentation aids, rehearse with them for timing and familiarity, so you can only have to glance at the screen or easel. You should also know exactly how your speech will begin and end. The following subtopic is managing stress. Stress physically causes muscles to tighten, often including vocal cords. This raises and often limits the vocal pitch of the speaker under stress. Remember, rushing gives the impression that the speaker thinks the message is not worth the time. Stress can accelerate sweating and also make the mouth and throat feel dry. Sipping water is a simple solution so you have your vocal cord clear. Don't forget that. Once everything is ready, prepare to give and deliver your speech. But before giving your speech, you have already selected a good topic, research the topic so you can narrow and investigate specific and useful information. Organize the best information in a compelling way. That means that you have to know how to collect the information in which information will be used. The following is rehearse your speech. You have to practice and practice. Receive feedback on your rehearsal. So you need that feedback to be a very constructive feedback so you can make modifications, adaptations, and follow the suggestions that will improve your speech. Continue with delivering the speech. Before giving your speech, you have already carefully constructed your notes and practiced with them. You know what to say because you have specific notes about this information. You also already have planned and practiced your speech introduction and conclusion verbatim. Remember that we practiced this before. So you have the introduction and you have a conclusion. And then you have already checked out the room and the equipment to avoid technical issues. Continue with the topic, delivering the speech. You also have done something to reduce your stress before your speech. Sometimes you can use yoga, you can use breathing, relaxation, etc. That depends on you. You did vocal warm-ups so you can have a clear voice. You project your voice, intonation, inflections. You did choose the perfect outfit to wear according to the topic and the audience. You did make sure your gum was discarded and your hair pulled back, especially if you're chewing gum or you have long hair. You did arrive at least 15 minutes before your speech, so you can take advantage of that and see last-minute details. And you did leap to the podium with great enthusiasm and introduced. Now you must deliver. It's time for speaking, giving your speech. If you look up the word deliver, you will find it means more than just give. To give, it's a willingness to offer something without obligation or the expectation of something in return. To give also implies a predetermined responsibility. You have the responsibility as a speaker to deliver information that will help your audience and enlighten them in some way. Remember, speeches are delivered. Now you have more ideas, tools, tips to take into consideration when you prepare your speech. Thank you so much for your attention. We'll see you in the next class.